We're live. Yeah, doing this live thing. So I'm hoping people join into this right now. It's 1 o'clock, and nobody. I don't think. Maybe, I'm not even sure. What I'm trying to do, a couple things, is try to figure out how this is actually working, and hopefully you guys can hear me, because I don't know, usually I have something to talk about, and not so much right now, not so much to talk about. Hopefully you guys will be here to help me figure out what to talk about. So if you're in this live, which I'm sure you guys are, hopefully, you guys can leave comments, and we can actually answer the questions or do whatever. That's the hope. That's the hope. I'm gonna actually log in here so I can hopefully see what you guys see. So I'm gonna, the fluffy angler. 2. We got 2. That's 4. That's not 2. That's 4. All right. Croatia, fluffy angler from Croatia. Nice to see you, my friends. That's awesome. So I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Hopefully we can talk about maybe what's going on in the world right now, because it looks like from 3 of us, we have someone from Canada. Simon, how are you? Nice to meet you here on the chat. What else do we have? We have Croatia. We have someone from Canada. I'm gonna ask the Canadian. Simon, where are we from in Canada, Simon? Denmark. Oh, you guys, Europe's. How's Europe doing? Oh, Montreal, you're close. You're not that far. All right, Denmark. So what's it like? What's it like in Denmark right now? I know here in Canada, we're still pretty open to being able to do stuff. My friend here, though, Scat Pack, I was actually watching a news article this morning. Watching a news report. They're really cracking down on people going out in groups. So nice to see you here instead of outdoors congregating with a whole bunch of people. The Casio V50X. Yeah, I actually didn't buy it. Didn't have the V50X. I had the V50 SE and the V50 Standard Pro, which was both cameras. Super awesome. And Mr. Fournier. For those that don't know, Mr. Fournier, guy I ride with here, a local fella. So that's awesome. So the question then is today, I think. Well, actually, I'm going to ask you guys. What do you want our topic to be today? We've got a couple different ones, I think. How many motorcycle riders do we have out there? Let's see. I'm looking for motorcycle riders. Any motorcycle enthusiasts? I know I'm one, and it's, you know, I was all excited about this year. I've actually had a couple weekend trips and vacations planned that I don't know if it's gonna happen. Oh, we got some bikes coming up. That's off Cowie Mean Streak. Very nice. Electric scooter, Harley style. Yeah, you do. That's right. Indian Roadmaster. Wow, that's a big bike. That's a tour. So for those of you that have followed my channel a bit, I've actually changed bikes a lot in the last. Well, I've only ridden now for about 7 years, and I've gone through 4 bikes. Yeah, big bike, big guy, big bike. Yeah, I like it. I appreciate that for sure. So my first bike, we'll talk about first bikes. My first bike was a bike, I don't even know if many of you even know what it was. Hyosung. Hyosung was a little tiny cruiser, GV250. It was my learning bike, and it ended up becoming my wife's bike that she learned on. So it was a great starter bike. We had that in the house for about 2-3 years as it kind of moved from me to my wife. Then I moved to big boy bike because everybody that I kind of hung around with was into cruisers. So I ended up getting a 2003 Vulcan Nomad, which I loved it. I loved the Vulcan Nomad. Super, super bike. What is this? First bike, VTX 1800. Yeah, nice big bike. My Vulcan was a 1500, so also very big, heavy. But I used to do a lot of touring, and that was the big thing, is I'd like to go out for big day trips if I could. Then I had that. I only had that for maybe 2 years as well. 2 years. I ended up, if anybody is in North America, especially on the eastern side of the U.S. and Canada, I went down to Americade, and we had gone to Americade a couple times actually, and I ended up getting or taking a ride on a Suzuki V-Strom, and I actually just fell in love with the V-Strom. I thought the V-Strom was so nice. I love the riding position, and I love the power that it had, and I just love the ability that you could go off-road and do just things that you couldn't necessarily do with a road bike or just a strict road bike. And I didn't want a dirt bike because I did like riding on the road. So I ended up coming back home after Americade, and within like 2 months I had sold my Nomad, and I had bought an old used V-Strom, and I rode that all the way till last year when she started just having some big problems. So last year, and that was a 1000. It was a DL 1000 V-Strom. And then yeah, last fall, I guess, I was about to buy a newer V-Strom 650, but I ended up buying a Kawasaki Versys. So I have a Versys 650 2018 sitting in the garage just waiting. Yeah, waiting. And it's sad because I want to take it out and go for a ride, and I don't know how. You know what's funny? Here's what's funny. I want to go take it out and ride, and today, John, you'll stick with me because you don't live very far from me actually. It's snowing right now again, so that means the bike's not coming out. Tomorrow though, it's supposed to be like, I don't know, +7, +8. And with this whole social distancing, you hear a lot of people being like, I got coffee here, hold on, it's my throat. Should you be going out on a motorcycle? Should you be going and doing all this stuff? And it's not that being out on a motorcycle is bad, because it is actually probably a really good form of getting outdoors and doing social distancing. I can't speak. Social distancing, because you're all by yourself for the most part. You got a helmet on, you're totally protected and all this kind of stuff. But the issue is, if something were to happen, if something were to happen and you got in an accident, your bike slid out and you went down for whatever reasons, the problem is the hospitals and that have their work cut out for them. They are in a scenario now where all hands are on deck, and they have a real focus right now. And do you want to be, not to say that you will, but do you want to be the person that comes in because of something that maybe you shouldn't have been doing in the first place? I don't know. I don't know. I want to go out and ride so bad, but I just don't know. What do we have? What was your first smartphone? Yeah. Okay, we got a bunch of questions. Just stick to motorcycles for a minute, but I'll come back to the smartphone. What do you think of Yamaha motorcycles? I love Yamaha motorcycles. The Tenere actually for me was a big one that I was looking at, and actually one of the coolest ones that I took out for a test drive, and I can't remember the name of it right now, was last year. It was their Yamaha's new 3-wheel one. That one that has a 2 in the front and 1 in the back. I was just kind of like, I want to take it out for a rip, a little demo, and man, that thing just sticks on the ground. It is just, it curves, it handles, you feel super safe. If it's wet outside or normally where you think you might lose traction, nope, that thing just locked on. Super nice. That bike's really cool. The Tenere, if the Tenere was a little cheaper, I probably may have thought of looking at a Tenere, because I do like the Tenere. Again, I'm looking at that kind of adventure style bike right now. So I do like Yamahas. My wife actually, her, I guess, second bike, because again, she had the Hyosung, her second bike was a Yamaha V-Star 1100. So that was also a nice big jump up. So yeah, I like Yamahas. There's not really a brand that I don't like. Every brand out there, there's bikes that they make that I'm like, oh, it's really cool. And of course, some of their bikes I'm like, whatever. But that's all brands. Someone was talking about, what does he have? Valkyrie, Road King, 2 HD Ultras, M109R Victory Vision, and now my Roadmaster. M109R, my friend. Scat Pack. That's one on my list. If I ever go back to cruisers, which I'm sure I will at some point, that M109R, or a second bike, if I could get a second bike, that's on there. John's got a 350 CB Honda, first bike. Yeah, before I was born, probably, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, and Scap, I think our season may not happen. Yeah, I hope that's not the case. I hope that if we stay in this isolation and the social distancing, and not just us, but especially because we're so close for us here to the US, that if it gets contained in both areas, that we can kind of nip this, hopefully, sooner than later. Wishful thinking, because you know, it's funny. I have some hotel reservations that, of course, I booked because they were like, oh, if you do a hotel booking with the ability to refund, it's this much. But if you're doing it with no refund policy, it's lower. So of course I went to lower because I'm like, I'm going. And then this happened, and it's like I might not be going. So I may have lost a couple $100, but a couple $100. Addy JSR, hello to you. Anybody else? Hansi B, Tiger 800. Oh, I like the Tigers. Does your Tiger make a weird noise? Does it have like sounds like a jet engine about to take off? A friend of mine has a Tiger 800, and her bike, I don't know, it just got a whine. It's a whiny sound. It just doesn't sound like your traditional motorcycle, I guess. It's still neat. She's the one who brought it to my attention, so I thought that was kind of cool. What else here? Yes, it do. Yeah, but I do like the Tiger. Tiger's a nice bike too. Triumph. You know, it's a bike that I really like. Friends of mine had Triumphs, and the only issue I have, especially here, and it may not be where you live, Hansi, is that hard to get some parts. And if you do need to get parts, you know, you just don't know when they're coming. So your bike could be in the shop for a while. A friend of mine actually has a Beamer, BMW, 1200 GS, and he had the same issue actually with parts. He had to do a full, like almost like an engine rebuild, and it took, I don't know, I think his bike was in the shop for like 2 months, so that's brutal. John, you're going to Americade. So if the Americade starts up, my friend, if it starts up and it's all good, which I'm doing this, I might take a night or two, because I'm not going to take the whole week. I might take a night or two and come join you down there. You know, maybe, because I'll be itching. I'll be itching by that point. Michael Holmes, if you're looking to ride, I'll ride with you. Waiting until there's no more dirt and salt on the Ottawa roads. Oh, so Michael, Ottawa, oh, it's awesome. But I've got the itch. Remind us of where to get merch too. Ha, I don't have a lot of merch, to be honest with you, but I do have an actual little spot. And if you go to my actual website, which is just cruisingcanada.com, there's an area that says t-shirts, and I got some t-shirts in that right now. I got to work on that. That'll come. It'll come down the road. These hats, like these ones here, and my other hat that I have, they're one-ofs. So I actually may design some stuff during this time off, because like a lot of people, my full-time job outside of here is non-existent right now. Non-existent. So I got a lot of time at home. So I've been trying to ponder about what to do. So yeah. All right, let's go back. Let's to the other question we had. So Simon asked, "Can we see your wife?" No, she's still working. But I think I was talking to her this morning, and I think today's her last day working at her location. I think she's actually going to be working from home starting tomorrow. So I may actually get her in on one of these chats, because I hopefully you guys saw there was a real big fluctuation between what days. Saturday, so I'm gonna also probably try to do one of these on Saturday if that's cool. And what is your full-time job? I'm a trainer So definitely not like a personal trainer, because as you may not see, M&M's, delicious. Yeah, delicious. But I do training for technology and stuff like that, and I do a lot of freelance work doing photography and video stuff. So all this stuff back here actually gets used outside of this stuff on occasion. So cool. Did you ever do a review of the Domio Pro? So no, not yet, because two things. The season has started. I only got it, I don't remember, February, I think it was. January, February. So of course, I don't want to do a review of it until I can actually take it out and ride with it. And secondly, and this is probably the big reason that I haven't, because I'd like to do a video, even a follow-up video of just the setup of the Domio Pro, but their software isn't ready yet. So as of this time, the headset is really just the Domio. There's the intercom part is not functioning. It requires software to do that, and I reached back out to Domio to ask them what was going on, and their thing was it should be ready by end of March. Now with all this stuff happening, I don't know if that's the case now. I will reach out to them again, but as of now, no, because really it's no different than the standard Domio Moto. And I actually really liked it. I have a helmet that a lot of the padding is really, really hard to move. So being able to just mount that on there and let it just do its thing. Yeah, no, I actually liked it. You know, I don't find any, honestly, I don't find any of the intercoms have fantastic sound to start with. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was just neat. You have to realize that everybody else can hear what you're listening to, because your whole helmet just is emanating sound. So yeah, I've got a cool job. Yeah, it's all right. What was this? Simon, yeah, field band, that's really, but not so easy. Yeah, very true. Yeah, it is very true. Doing any kind of freelance stuff, not so good. So the other question we had in here, which was up further, was my I can't talk. Hold on. I haven't eaten much today. So, what was my first smartphone? Honestly, it was an iPhone. Again, I live here in Canada, and the original iPhone didn't come out in Canada. It only came out in the US. So when it came out, I actually, I was living in Alberta at the time, so that's more on the west side of Canada, and a friend of mine and myself drove down to Las Vegas, which was about it's about a 2-day drive. We did it in 3 just because we were stopping and taking pictures and stuff. And yeah, we went down to Vegas and I bought one down there. It's funny because I had to buy it, and of course it wouldn't work on Canadian networks because it was only for the US. So I literally in the hotel room had to jailbreak it and get it running. But yeah, that was my first smartphone. I did own at one point a BlackBerry, but I owned it for maybe 3 or 4 months just to try it. A lot of people really like the keyboard, and I just never liked it. So I get it. I get why people like BlackBerry, but not for me. I do currently, of course, own majority iPhones. It's just kind of what I use because I'm very Apple for all the stuff that I use right now. But I do have an Android phone somewhere that I got maybe, I don't know, maybe 6-7 months ago, somewhere in that range. It's nothing fancy, but I use it on occasion for hardware or software that we review that is only on Android. So I needed something. But yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I like both platforms. There's definitely some features on the Android that I really like, that I wish was kind of on the Apple side. But because I've invested so much into the Apple ecosystem and things like that, I'm there. That's I can't see myself ever switching, to be honest with you. It's just what it is. See my cup? That's right. Anybody? Yeah, my daughter got that for my birthday a couple years ago. Yeah. Do you own a boat? No. No, but a friend of mine just moved out to the country a little bit, not that far from here, and he bought himself a kayak. So I kind of want a kayak. Is that weird? Want a kayak? I thought that would be cool to get out there and get a kayak. So for vehicles, we own 2 cars, 2 motorcycles. That's what we have. So that's it. That's our transportation for us. Yeah. It is better than nothing. Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, a kayak would be cool. I think I find for myself, if I have to get out and exercise, I was doing good. I was doing all right. I have a gym membership. I was making the effort. I was going 2-3 times a week. I was very proud of myself. My eating habits were getting on track, so that was fantastic. And then this happened, of course, and I've been stuck and the gym's closed down, which is good. Appreciate that. But the problem is finding it hard to get motivated to go outside. Now, it may be better when my wife is working from home, because her and I can probably spend some time and go out, because by the time she would get home, it started to get cold and dark, right? So this may be good. We can take a little bit of time. We can go out for a walk or a run or do whatever and try to do that. But here's the other issue. I don't know if you guys did this. There was, widespread panic, it seems, because everything was being bought up, and you go to your local grocery store, and of course toilet paper, I get it, but a lot of canned foods and all this kind of stuff, people were just like, it was gone. So we were just like, well, let's get some snack foods we can have to extend out for just in case something happens, the stores close, or we can't get here, or we get quarantined because we get sick or anything like that. So we bought all this junk food just to have, hoping that it would last us a month. And I'm pretty sure that's all we ate. Yeah, it was all gone. It was all gone in like, I don't know, 3-4 days. Yeah, so that's excellent. That worked in our favor. So my wife has called it the Quarantine 15. Hashtag Quarantine 15. Because it's I'm going to gain 15 pounds during this quarantine is what it is. So that's no good. How long ago was your Costco visit? Costco was, what day is it today? Today's Monday. Costco was Friday, I think. Yeah, Friday. I think it was Friday. Friday or Saturday? Friday, I think it was. Yeah, and it was surprising because usually Friday at a Costco, even here, really busy. Costco on Friday then was less busy than it normally is, and it was a fantastic experience. So, yeah. Simon also asks, what cars? Well, so my cars, I have a 2012 Fiat 500, kind of just my winter car. And we have a 2015 Hyundai Tucson, which is our primary driver. And then, of course, for motorcycles, I have a 2018 Versys 650, and my wife has a 2004 V-Strom 650. So, Bushcraft, what does he say? You think smartphone cameras will replace DSLRs for photography? Loaded question, I think. Loaded question. Let's see. I say for most people, the simple answer will be yes. Yeah, I think for most people, yes. So my wife, that's not a huge photographer. Would she ever buy a point and shoot or an SLR or a mirrorless or anything like that? No, not at all. So she's super happy with her. She has an iPhone 11 Pro. Super happy with it. For someone like myself, there is a lot of benefit of shooting with an iPhone or an Android, either one nowadays, especially if you get like a flagship one. It's the machine learning is so good on them right now. Their software and the programming that is in their chipsets to do all the things like fake depth of field and all that kind of stuff. Crazy. It's so good, and it's only getting better. And I think within the next 3, 4, or 5 years, it'll be super good. But in my opinion, here's the issue. for someone like me that shoots a lot of video, I do think not being able to get that depth of field, and I'll use this for instance, right? This depth of field that here right now, like that's, to me, I'm like, it looks good, but it's not SLR. I don't know, it's not as good as an SLR, right? I don't get that control that I would normally get. Now that could change in the next few years, and if that's the case, that's great. So yeah, I think it's a loaded question. The other thing is, I just like all that manual control that you get with an SLR. But yeah, I don't know. I do think that they're, you know, they were here. They were here as far as they were this far apart. You know, someone who bought that versus this. I think they're closed. That gap is really closing now. So I would think that the majority of the population is gonna just be happy with their smartphones. I think really the big question is point and shoot cameras. I think are done. Like I think those are pretty much done. You're gonna get those that are looking for definitely quality, especially those that like to edit. So if you're someone who likes to color grade or play with your photos or play with your videos and stuff like that, the quality that comes out of, you know, an SLR or a mirrorless camera so surpasses what a smartphone can. Because you can look at even like the iPhone right now, they're 4K. 4K is really good. 12 megapixel, that's fine. But when you really get in and pixel peep, that compression that they're doing is super heavy. So, you know, when you look at a standard camera or traditional camera, their compression is a lot bigger, right? The fact that you're shooting a bigger RAW and the videos can, you know, you can do HDMI out or uncompressed, 10-bit, blah, 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 technical stuff. Simple question with a complex answer, I think. Yeah. All right. Who else here? Oh, Michael, 210 VFR 1200. Nice. Simon, do you have kids? Yes, one kid. She's downstairs doing homework. First day back after spring break. So she's got virtual school now, I guess, till the end of time. I don't know. But one, yeah, 15 years, grade 9. So, yeah, she's doing all right. Doing okay. She's bored. Very, very much so. Bored now. Because we had, again, a lot of you probably saw this previously. We were supposed to go to New York City for spring break. And we didn't. So she was a little upset about that. Yeah. But she gets it. She gets it. We were all upset because we keep being like, oh, look what we would have been doing today. And instead of that, we're watching Jurassic Park again. For the 5th time, I guess. You know, oh well. So here's a question out to you guys. What are you watching? Give me something that I haven't watched that's good. Because I need something new on the Netflix or Crave or Prime or whatever. Or I even, if it's good, if you think it's good, I even buy it off of iTunes. So what are you watching out there? Red M&M. Oh, my favorite movie? That's a hard one. I'd say my overall favorite movie, honestly, is probably The Matrix. First one, Matrix. Couple reasons. As a sci-fi guy, I thought it was just crazy. And as a film guy, I think it's one of the only movies really that's come out in the last, I don't know, however long it's been out for, that has really changed the way film was shot, right? So, yeah, Matrix probably for me. I really don't watch shows on Netflix or anything. I usually watch YouTube. True, me too, mostly. But I like the YouTube. The rest of the family, lots, watches Netflixy stuff. Do you watch Game of Thrones? Yeah, all the way through. That may actually be a good one to start from the beginning and watch again. Man, that's not bad. What is your aspect for Matrix 4? So what am I thinking about it? I'm super excited for it because I don't think the series ended on a really positive note. I feel it was ended because they ran out of budget, right? They were just like, I wanted to make more of these, but we were told that 3 was enough and we need to finish it somehow. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited. And I'm a big fan of Keanu Reeves, so it's great to see them all kind of coming back. Friends is great. Yeah, sure. We watch some of those periodically. My wife likes those, so that's cool, I guess. Friends, right? Who doesn't like Friends? Okay. Often watch YouTube. German TV is boring. That I don't know, my friends. Um, who's your Bill and Ted 3? Mm-hmm. Super excited. Bill and Ted 3. I actually just finished watching the first and second one again, I don't know, 3-4 days ago, because such a good series. And as far as I know, I was reading an article, I can't remember his name, but a couple things. They did say that the fellow that plays Death, or the Grim Reaper, is back, and he was talking about how it was so fun to get back into character again. So that's super cool, and that they have a real good way that they talk about George Carlin's character. So that's awesome too. It's nice to, since George Carlin passed away and he was a pretty dominant figure in those movies, it's cool that they paid some respect to his character. So that's awesome. Can we get an office/house tour? So simple answer is yeah, probably not right now, because my daughter's downstairs doing work, and office wise, you're pretty much staring at it. It's just a little wider. So here's the office, right? There's this side, bunch of stuff. There's this side, and there's this side. This is the side you guys normally see, right? That's the side right there. Now, that's the side that you don't normally see, which has got a little computer on it, and running my website and my Ashy Slashy, right? From Ash vs. Evil Dead, so he's cool. And back there's a lot of the gear that I use every once in a while. Try to get that back the way it was. Somewhere in there, I think. Try not to fall over. But I'm thinking what I might do is the Saturday session that I do, the live on Saturday, I'll do it from downstairs so that it's a little easier. If you guys want to see what I look at, here, I'll spin this around. This is what I look at. Ready? There's a computer. There's a bunch of lights. There's where I have my overhead camera. There. So lights there. Another light there. On the back, so on the back on the wall, it's just a moving blanket. So I use that to help dampen the sound. There's another mic stand for another mic if I need it. There's my computer. A lot of times I have actually a different computer up here. And last but not least, you can see it right there. There's the actual camera that I shoot with. So that's kind of what I set up. So I shoot with a Canon RP. It has a shotgun mic on it, but I don't use that camera's or that mic's audio. I use it just for synchronizing. I use this mic right here. So this guy here. So it's a Samsung G-Track Pro plugged into my laptop. And then I synchronize the audio after. So the audio you hear normally comes out of this. The audio that you're hearing right now is just a little tiny mic that's plugged into my iPhone. So, yeah, it's cool. Romania TV sucks. Who is your favorite in Game of Thrones? You know what? Sean Bean's character was my favorite, and of course, spoiler alert, when I was super sad. I don't know. I still think, I don't know. It's a. I'm trying to remember. You know, John is by far just he's the primary character, and it kind of ended up who the story was about, and I actually really just like his character. You know, I don't want to say that that's a cheap out, but I think that's it. Are you a cameraman? Well, I do camera stuff for sure. I definitely do it. Not professionally. That's not true. Not full time. I do it freelance. So I do shoots for a couple companies. some of their social media stuff. So for their social media stuff, I do both camera and editing and sound and everything. So instead of them having to have their own social media or media department, they just freelance out to me. So I get a call from them and I go out and I shoot whatever they need to shoot and I edit it and send it back to them and they post it. So it's a nice little side gig, right? What time is it for you? I don't know. It is 1:36 in the afternoon. What time is it for everybody else? I'm going to cut this short. We'll do it another just 4 minutes, so 1:40. Because for one, I don't want the video to be 900 hours long. It might, and I don't mind. But I got more editing to do. I have a video editing for the next day or two. 1:36 from Simon. Okay. Who else? 7:36. Okay. Yeah, so you're past dinner. 6:36 at night. 12:36 afternoon. Big Daddy, is that afternoon? I guess so. It's just afternoon for you. You're like an hour behind me, I'm guessing. Yeah, cool. Because I was trying to figure out a time for everybody that, you know, because if I did it 9 o'clock in the morning, which is really when I usually upload videos where I post them so that they're ready to come out. Anybody that was west of me, it was going to be really early and they couldn't join it. And if I did it, of course, too late in the afternoon, you know, especially anybody that's in Europe and that, then it becomes too late for them and they're already asleep. So I wanted to do something mid-afternoon my time, which meant that we get a little bit of flexibility in between. So is 1 o'clock a good time for you guys? 1 o'clock's good? It doesn't look too late for anybody? Latest person here is like 5, 6 o'clock. Favorite TV show? Oh, favorite TV show. What am I watching now? Because I don't have TV. I just have like Netflix and that. We just finished watching. If you haven't watched it, it's a little strange, but it was good. The Outsider, I think it was called. We just finished it. What's it on? Is it on? I can't remember. Netflix or Prime or something like that. Super good, really good. It's not a huge, long series, like 10 episodes or whatever, but yeah, it was good. I appreciated that. So yeah, Outsider was excellent. And I have a cat trying to get in. You'll see the cats in the next video too. So, Too Deep in Outsiders. Yeah, no, it gets better. It starts off a little like I don't understand what's happening. Oh no, it's good. Yeah. So, you'll appreciate that one. And just a few questions for you guys just before we shut it down because 2 minutes. How's the audio sound? Because I just have a little mic, but I thought it would be better than just the iPhone mic. Sounds good. Video quality looks good. No buffering. Everything's good. What is that? Are you watch WTD? Oh, The Walking Dead. Yeah, we are. My wife's a huge Walking Dead fan. So yes, we are watching that. Audio is great. No issues. Is good. Good. Awesome. That's fantastic. But yeah, Walking Dead. We are watching that. Yeah, for sure. A lot of characters that have disappeared over the last while. I guess because of like conflict things in contracts. But it's good. You know what? There's a couple seasons in it that I was like, I've kind of lost interest. But you know what? It's better. This season I actually really enjoy it. It's good. Gotta watch The Boys. I watched it. I watched season 1. Excellent. Really good. I'm looking forward to season 2. Hopefully that should be out right away. So that was good. Nice recommendation. I agree. A little different kind of spin on the whole superhero thing, but I appreciate it. It was good. Any other good ideas? No? Quiet? Silence? How old are you? And if it is okay if I'm asking? Of course it's okay. I'm 300 years old. No, I'm 48 years old. 48. That's a true number. And if anybody wants to give me birthday gifts because you missed them, I'm okay with that. Because, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, 48, my friends. I'll ask one last question because it's one that's on my mind. When this all blows over and we're all... you don't look your age. I'm hoping I don't look that old. I'm hoping. Not... You look 300? That's what I'm hoping. Maybe not. When this all blows over, which it will, hopefully sooner than later, especially for John. John's going to Americade in June. That doesn't give him a lot of time. I actually booked a trip for May, so I'm hoping that as well. What's the first thing that you are hoping to do that you can't do right now? That's the question. Mine is travel. Get out of the house. Movie. Oh, I didn't even think of that one. Movie theater. Oh, I got another question before we go. After that, another question. Movie theater. Oh, I like that one. Big Daddy Stein. Smart. Nomad. I'm pretty sure you can do that now. I get it, social distancing, but hey, you be you. Just, you know what? You guys are, hopefully you're still, close, I guess. After Corona comes the Heineken plague. Yeah, well, isn't that a plague already? Maybe? Right? Travel over Europe, that's a good one. If I get sick, I'll let you know. Yeah, please do. Yeah, I appreciate it. And if it's not because of that, maybe just let us know anyway, because we'll wish you the best, and hopefully it was worth it. Right? Yeah. I want to go boating more and go on boat trips. So I'm taking it, Simon, you have a boat. And that's cool if you do. Because boats are cool. But I think my favorite one is the movie theater. I never even thought of that. That's a big one. So here's my last question before we call it quits, guys, because I don't want this to get crazy. What's your plans for your YouTube channel in the future? I'll talk about that in a second. Have you seen this thing with, because that movie thing kind of got me, movie theater. Have you seen on like iTunes and all that a lot of these the movie companies for their theatrical releases are releasing these rentals? So like Invisible Man came out for like $19. What are your thoughts on that? Because I think $19 for rental is way too expensive. I get it, we don't get to go to the movie theater, so you're gonna charge me what it was. But I think that's way too much money for the fact that in a month from now, you're going to sell it to me for $24 anyway. I just think they should cut out the rental and straight to buy it if you want it at, $20. And rental, I get it, charge a little bit more, because usually it's like $4 or $5 for a rental. Charge like $9 for a rental. Cool. But let me buy it at $25, because if I have to rent it now for $19 and then I really like it and you're going to make me buy it a month later for $25, that just makes no sense. Mike, Mr. Hendley, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you here. Coming in at the end, but I appreciate you showing up, my friend. I saw my friend here, Mike Hendley. He's an artist drawing. Fantastic. If you haven't seen it, Mike, put up your Instagram handle so people can see it if they're interested in drawing, because you got some wicked drawings, my friend. Put it up there so everybody can see, because you had that live. I watched it the other day. It was good. I can't remember what I was talking about now. What's your plans for your future YouTube channel? Well, I put out a little post at the beginning of this year, end of last year, about where we were going and what we wanted to do. One of the issues right now is we still want to keep it tech-based, because for one, we enjoy that and really wrap it around the stuff that I have interest in. Technology plays a really big role of it throughout the winter, because of course it started as a motorcycle channel, and for us here in Canada, of course, and a lot of people and places that get the same kind of weather we do, motorcycle riding and stuff kind of shuts down for 4 or 5 months of the year. So we need something to kind of balance that out. So technology really kind of kicked in, and it was something that I had a big passion in, and I got a lot of companies that like to partner with me in regards to that. As well as I invest a fair bit of money into products out of just so I have stuff that I think you guys may be interested in. So that'll stay. But I'd also like to go a little further. So if this live is good, do some more live stuff. I'd like to, especially for the next little while, as long as the whole virus and self-isolation thing is going on, I think that I would like to see this. I see this here from Hensey. I like your travel. I'd like to do more of that, even if it's the weekend and day trips, more vlogging style stuff, just kind of going out to places that are not just here. So the travel one is big. I'd like to do more of that. And I think those are fun. And even if it's just places close by that are a little different, there's a lot of places here in Ontario, and we're close to Quebec, and we're close to New York, and we're close to New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine that we can get to, that we can do little weekend getaways. I definitely think that was a big plan actually for this year, to be able to venture off a little bit and record some little travel videos. Because for one, I get to show off some of the technology, to see it, talking about tech stuff in a review is great, but being able to show you guys practical use and how it actually works. And I'll give you an example. I'm going to do a video probably next week on the little Insta360 Go. I did one when I got it, but I've had a chance to use it now for the last couple months. And there's some definite pluses I like about it, and there's some definite negatives. And I want you guys to know that before you invest in it. So I think that's kind of cool. How can communicate with almost your entire community? Sorry, I'm not quite sure how can communicate with almost your entire community. Sorry, I'm not really sure about that one. Maybe come back to that one. I found your channel today when searching for Snoopa VMate. Thanks for the 2 videos. It's a bread not fully baked yet. Yeah, 100% agree. For those this is off topic, for those who don't know, the VMate, if you know anything about the little portable cameras, I don't have it up here, it's downstairs, is something like the DJI Osmo Pocket, little handheld gimbal camera. And I think it'll be good. It's just not there yet. So it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. All right. I think that's it, my friends. I'm going to leave you there. This went pretty good. We hit almost 50 minutes. That's fantastic. Hopefully this was a great way for you guys, depending on where you live, a great way to spend your morning, your afternoon, your evening, right? Sorry for my bad English. No need to apologize, my friend. Sorry for my not having the ability to read anything else outside of English. So it's all good. All good. Yeah, so I hope this was a great way for all of us to kind of get together. And I'm going to definitely do this more. We're going to do one on Saturday, again, 1 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time, because I think it's a great time for everybody to get together. Fire up some questions. If you want to as well, I'm going to put up, after we post this, in the community tab, a little question that you guys can leave comments, like so we have some questions ahead of time so that I can kind of prep. And we may do it up here. I may do it downstairs. I'm not too sure. But yeah, Saturday at 1 o'clock, we'll do that for sure. And then if it goes good, then maybe we'll do one of these a week, because I think it's good for us to all kind of get together and chat, But other than that, I'm going to keep putting out videos every day for you guys outside of these. So tech videos, what's going on here. And yeah, that'll be that. Everybody, super awesome to see you guys. Mike, I see you put up your Instagram handle. Awesome. And last, I don't know if any of you guys actually have YouTube channels. Anybody on here actually have their own YouTube channel before I disappear? YouTube channel with content in it, because that's cool. Anybody? No? Because if so, maybe I'll come take a look, because that's always cool. If you do, it always gives me something to go look at. Oh, there's somebody. I do. Because I need something to watch too, right? And YouTube's always good. So I'm trying to see, and this is something I may do in the future. And it may be sooner than later. I'm looking at doing little tiny partners with other YouTube creators. Something just like, hey, what's going on? Because I think it's a great way to have 2 YouTube channels. For one, support each other, because it's good. It creates content for you guys, which is also good. But to have little things like, just like, what are you guys doing? What are you looking? What's your day look like? How is this affecting your creativity? How is your day-to-day look? I think it'll just be kind of a neat little, series, I think, during these times. So, yeah. All right, my friends, I'm going to put a comment up in the community area, and you guys, hopefully you'll answer it. We'll put some stuff down. We'll do one for questions. And for those of you that are or have a YouTube channel, please, if you have one, send me an email. Send me an email with your link. And I'll put it on here. Here's my email. Don't just send me garbage. Okay, don't send that. Send me for this. Send me your YouTube information, and contact information, so that maybe we can touch base and we'll do a live chat that we make a YouTube video out of. Because that'd be cool. Nice little self-promotion and a little promotion for you guys, right? Careful now. There you go, my friends. All right, I'm gonna leave you guys there. That was fantastic. That was really fun. I was a little nervous coming into this. I'll be honest with you, thinking nobody's gonna show up, but you did. You did. That was awesome. And hopefully you guys will stay safe and healthy. Stay indoors. Well, go outside. Go outside as long as you're allowed to, because I know there's a lot of places now you're not allowed to, so don't go outside if you're not allowed to. If you are allowed to, go outside, and just be healthy. Stay isolated. I'm gonna go outside probably tomorrow if the weather's nice. Again, just outside. I might clean up my garage, and you'll see that in a video if I do. All right, guys. Have a great one, and we will see you in the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Cool, my friends. Later.